Hello. Hi, yeah. Okay. So this one, ah, what is this plane making? Ooh, brother, please let it go. So this one, um, do I regret? So do I regret studying public health? Public health after 10 years, 10 plus years, 10 years plus of coming to the UK to study public health. Do I regret studying public health? So this one, do I regret studying public health? After 10 years, 10 plus years of coming to the UK to study public health, do I regret it? My answer. So, do I regret public health? Do I regret coming to study public health after 10 years of coming to the UK to study public health? Do I regret it? Right. Give you a backstory or backtrack a bit. So I did my master's in public health 10 plus years ago. Yep. Last year made it 10 years actually. So knocking on 15 years. No. What happened to my maths? Knocking on 11 years in the next few months. Because I came September 2020, 2014. I think my brain is freezing. At this point, I should probably stop recording these videos because I'm just speaking nonsense, if it seems. So I did my master's public health 10 plus years ago. And I'm shocked when I hear people, make these comments about, I regret studying public health, don't come to study public health is the worst thing. First of all, are you still back in your home country? That's the first thing, if it's the worst thing. Because I feel like public health brought you out here. And I don't think that is a bad thing. Now, I'm not downplaying the fact that, some people find it really challenging, and I cannot take that away, that it can be a struggle. Reason is public health is this is one of the things I teach in class, it's we don't lie about this. It is a multidisciplinary, it's like platter. When you go for buffet and you have everything, you have Chinese, you have Asian food, you have, Indian, Taiwan, some of you go to buffet now, you see those things. There are even Nigerian buffet restaurants now, so there's a plethora of disciplines that falls inside public health. So because of that, it's like you're studying it with clinicians, nurses, doctors, physiotherapists, because they can do public health. You probably have done microbiology, agriculture, zoology, whatever whatever background that you have, and you've been accepted for admission. And we do accept a variety of people, radiographer, this, all of that. So it can make it really challenging, because some people, they come in, again, I don't know why university do certain things, but who knows. But some people come in and they have degrees of like, maybe I have students in class that have like economics, finance background in public health. So you may struggle with applying for jobs with those kind of people that have more closer health related background. So I can see why some people struggle, but I'm not downplaying the fact that you may struggle to find jobs, especially jobs are in public health. This is the truth. If it's public health, you will find your job. What you may not find is jobs that are sponsorship accepting or sponsorship eligible. Does that even make sense? Eligible for sponsorship. That's the word. Or that's the phrase. So you may not find those ones easily. And that's because home people here are more willing to do public health, because it's sort of like a professional. You're in the office, you're going to do data collection, you're doing report writing, compared to maybe care or nursing, which is a bit more physical. So these fields don't necessarily require you to have that much in terms of demanding, in terms of public health, apologies. And so because of that, more and more home people are willing to take up a public health job than they would maybe, healthcare job or other type of jobs. So public health that being said, it's wide open and it takes a lot of people, and especially home people are more interested in it, which is why you find public health jobs, but half the time they tell you no sponsorship. So that being said, think of your options. And I'm not saying come and study public health, but for me, let me go back. I've kind of like derailed a bit. For me, studying public health 10 years ago, I definitely don't regret it. I came to the UK, I studied public health, my master's. I got a scholarship. My PhD was fully funded through public health, and I did my PhD in public health. I cannot regret that. And I got a job. I got my job right. In fact, I got two jobs at the same time with sponsorship before I finished, or no, not before. One was before, one was immediately after I finished my PhD. So I got both jobs and they were willing to sponsor. So for me, I cannot say I regret studying public health. And I know several students who have told that route or similar route, some working in public health, some working in academia like myself, some working in clinics, in within the health system, and they are not regretting it. However, those may be some success stories, and I appreciate the fact that not everyone's experience is probably the same or similar in that sense. But I would always say, if you're coming to the UK, you need to know what you're coming to do. Don't let somebody sell you. I hear they sold me that public health, the way they sold me public health. Why are they selling you? Do your own research. Go on websites. Go online. Ask people that are already in the system. When I say people, not agents. Agents will tell you what they want. They will help you in that direction where they want you to go. Go ask people. Somebody like myself, I'm here. I mean, if you ask me about public health, my experience may be biased because I always tell you it's been good to me. I came to the UK, I paid almost £10,000 for my school fees then, because I had part scholarship for my master's. Almost £10,000 for my school fees. And I am now getting paid way more than that with sponsorship when I needed it. So I cannot complain. I am doing very well with public health. I cannot regret studying public health. So I may be biased. That's just what I'm trying to say. But you can ask people that, and you want to mix opinions, don't just ask Dr. Fola and then sit there and be like, yeah, Dr. Fola say it's good, it's good. That's our experience. I would always try to be objective, but, still going to be my experience that public health is probably going to be more favorable in my eyes. But you can ask somebody else, mix views and opinion, do your own research, make sure you try. And even at that, you may never get it 100% right. You may still go on a program and be like, Truth be told, there are very few degrees that you would do at the master's level that would catapult you like that to sponsor jobs. There are not that many. So if sponsorship is very critical to you and that's what you're really focused on and you don't want anything else, then maybe public health may not be for you. Again, it doesn't mean that public health does not have sponsored jobs. It just means that you may need to do a extra. For example, you may need to get some skills outside your public health degree, especially if you're doing the thought masters. If you're doing the research, it may be easier because you can then apply to clinical settings. For example, like clinical research fellow, you can apply to research assistants and some of these other roles in clinical settings or on research projects. But if you come for thought masters, you may want to add on for public health. You may want to add on things like maybe data analysis, again relating to research, but a bit more data analysis skills, a bit more on project execution, so such as intervention, design, implementation, and some of these things you may need volunteering time to be able to access some of those knowledge. So yeah, I know some people have said things like public health, to register for the public health register is very difficult. Register for the public health register. Yeah, but there's something called UKPHR, which is the public health register, and it can be a bit demanding. They expect quite a bit for you to apply and register, but your masters count as part of what they expect. And so while you're doing your masters, if you volunteer to a certain level, I think there's a way they quantify the time. You may be able to apply for UK register at some point. I can't guarantee. I think they cover like 5 years. I can get more information on that. I think they cover like 5 years experience. So I know somebody who's done quite a few things in their home country, and you can, and is within that 5 years period, you can actually evidence that in your application. If I dig, I think if I dig, I should probably have the application document somewhere, because I have access to it at some point, because my former uni, we had our students enroll into like a training for them to know what is required, our BSc students, so that by the time they finish, they may be able to register for that thing. It really, if you have that register, it really helps a lot with your job search, but it doesn't mean it's end all be all. So that being said, me, after coming to the UK, spending 10,000 hard cash. Well, it's not cash, but hard sweat money of £10,000. And that's just the two school fees alone. I got scholarship of over, I would say maybe roughly more than £50,000 from the public health. And then I start to work. I'm not going to tell you how much I earn, but you can find out online. Everybody's salary is practically online. This UK, there's no respect. There's no like, you can go, you will see. You will just be like, okay, this is this is the range or whatever. So, and now I'm being paid. I have been working within public health academic space for the past 5+ years, getting paid to teach and talk about public health. How can I regret it? I cannot regret. I do not, well, I thank God I'm not struggling with the public health degree, but I just want you to, I think the essence of all of this is just that, one, do your research, don't be coerced, don't leave the heavy lifting to people to make your decision for you, but also know that there are success stories, and sometimes it depends on how you put effort into certain things. And just to say that most degrees don't offer straight route to sponsorship anyway. It may take a bit of time. And if you do public health, that's actually true. If you do study public health, it may make it easier for you, especially with the post-study time, to actually get something and get that experience that can get you into the space of maybe sponsorship, like doing a research fellowship job that can sponsor you better than if you do certain degrees. There are some degrees, they just don't, the space is just not there for you to even gain the experience to then go and be able to work and get sponsorship. So I rested my case here. I rest my case here. Bye-bye.